When we got to the Thousand Trails campground here in Bend, Oregon, it was raining. Of course, we left Idaho, it was rain. When we got to Oregon, it was rain. Come on, it's Oregon, it's gonna rain. But we thought, okay, well, let's not set anything up yet till we know the rain's done. So I think we waited a couple days, and then the sun came out. Oh, it was beautiful. We set up our campground. We set up the tent with the chairs and the fire, the propane bowl and the hammock, and it was just gorgeous. Well, we had 2 days of that. And then after about 2 days, it went to rain, and we had rain, and it was cold. It was like winter. It was like, oh my gosh, did we come so early that we got all this, Anyways, we were talking to my cousin Brent, and he says, oh, I'm so sorry. He says, we haven't gotten much rain and snow this year. And he says, we're making up for it right now while you're here. And I'm like, oh, man. He says, usually it's really hot. I'm like, well, it's not hot now. Oh, anyways, well, you know what you do when it rains and that. At least what I do is I read a lot. I think since we've started this journey of traveling, it's been almost 2 months. I've read probably about 9 books. I've read books on Kindle. I've read books, physical books that I have brought with me. I have read. I've enjoyed, listening to music and then just, taking naps while it's rainy and yucky weather. At least to us, because we're just not Oregon rain weather people. Well, later on it did clear up and we got to set things up more. We also, when I did laundry, you've heard my stories of doing laundry at neighbors. Well, you do laundry at the place here at Thousand Trails, and there are more washer and dryers that are out of order than there are that are working. And it's crazy. It's just crazy. And then on top of that, of course they've had water valves break from the snow, what little they did have, and the freezing weather. And so they've had to shut water off twice. They've shut water off on us. Once for 2 days and once for another, second time was 1 day. And then we get this notice on the front of the bathroom that because the water pressure's low and until they get an inspection, if you have health, if you have an immune immune system is vulnerable, that you may want to boil your water before you drink it. What? Anywho, it's really, it takes a lot of money to run these campgrounds and a lot of people. And I think they don't have either right now because things just aren't the same as they were 3 years ago. And even 3 years ago, we had water problems. Oh, the good thing is it's here in Bend, Oregon. Of course, you can go see all these beautiful places that we've seen. Anywho, I think we're going to travel to some other places. This has been 3 years coming up here. I think it's been about 3 years. So, or 2, 3, I think it's 3. But anyways, that's what's been going on.
Well, we made it to Oregon. We connected with some more of Carol's family, Brent and Darlene and their daughter Ashley and her little baby Zane. They invited us to church on Sunday. We went with them, had a wonderful service. Then on Tuesday, Brent invited us to go on his hike of the week that he does for the local Christian radio station here. And he picked us up on Tuesday and drove us out to Paulina Lake. And we did a little hike around the lake. It was kind of cool and breezy, but gorgeous. And after all the rains that we've had recently, the level of the lake was up. And we went to the Paulina Creek. He showed us the Paulina Falls. Just so much to see. It was just so gorgeous out in nature. Then he took us down to the McKay Crossing Falls, another beautiful falls near there that we went to. We stopped at a scenic overlook and looked at 3 peaks, Mount Bachelor, the South Sisters Peak, and the Broken Top Peak. And it was just so fun. Wonderful fresh air, gorgeous. Of course, once the rain stopped, now the weather has been just gorgeous. It's been fantastic. Then the next weekend, we got together with our daughter and son-in-law and the 3 grandsons. They came out and pitched a tent on our site, and they wanted to go up and see Paulina Lake. They hadn't seen it, so we drove up there and looked at some of the same areas, some other areas that we didn't see, including the Big Obsidian Flow Trail, which was basically created from a volcano that blew and created Paulina Lake and East Lake, 2 lakes right together at the volcano. And so we hiked up to the top of that, and the black obsidian was just gorgeous. Climbing up there, the view was just great. It was really, really fun. Just so many hikes, we can't even go on them all. But it's been just a wonderful time, spending time with them, spending time hiking, spending time with family, and just sitting outside relaxing, walking, hiking, riding bikes. Then we even went into town yesterday. We took a little drive into Bend, went out and found a little restaurant there, had a great meal, and went downtown and did some shopping. Carol bought some earrings, and then we went to hit some stores. It was just another great day down there, and we saw this guy playing the banjo out on the streets, and it was great. We just listened to that for a little bit and came on back. So it's just been a wonderful time here, and we're loving it.